to introduce Manuel Halkias, Penny Harris, and Kathy Patron.
Isn't it? Each man's life touches so many others, and when he isn't around, he leaves an awful hole, doesn't he?
This line is from the 1946 movie classic, It's a Wonderful Life, and it expresses the sentiments of everyone who knows Manuel Halkias.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kathy Patron.
And I'm Penny Harris, and it is our pleasure to present Manuel Halkias for induction into the Ohio High School Speech League Hall of Fame.
Manuel is truly a wonderful man who has lived a wonderful life.
The movie It's a Wonderful Life centers on a man by the name of George Bailey.
See, George always wanted to travel the world and be adventurous.
He would make a wish every day and say, "Hee-haw, I wish I had $1 million."
George never does get to go on one of those adventures, but he makes many sacrifices in his life to improve the lives of others.
And at one point, he becomes discouraged and thinks that maybe the world would be better off if he had never been born.
But he is then visited by Clarence, his guardian angel, who shows him what the world would be like without him.
He learns that he really has made a difference, and even if he doesn't have $1 million, he may still be the richest man in town.
So now we take a journey to Speechville to meet our very own version of George Bailey, Mr. Manuel "Manny" Halkias.
Our journey will highlight his adventures and examine the hole that would exist if he had never been born.
On June 24, 1965, Emmanuel Alexander Halkias was born.
Most babies cry, but Manuel came out and said,
"I want to be a speechy."
In high school at Canton McKinley, he competed in humor.
We all know he's hilarious in his own right, but competing wasn't quite enough.
He then decided to dedicate himself and his life to speech and debate, and a coach was born.
Over the past 24 years, he has
qualified over 100 students to the state tournament,
advanced 5 of those to the final rounds of competition,
and one was state champion. He's also qualified 10 students to the national tournament,
and at least 12 individuals he has coached have become coaches today.
He has been the Canton District Chair for 8 years.
And he has served on the State Executive Committee for 2 terms. And some of his more humorous adventures, however, include giving a young, talented girl a prose piece about a coal miner's daughter.
I forgave him for that.
He also had to deal with a duet team that got into a physical altercation on a bus.
He forgave me for that. He's also the reason I didn't get kicked off the team. Thanks, Manuel.
His dedication is unquestionable and his contributions innumerable, but what would Speechville be like if he had never been born?
First of all, we as your coaches, we spend a lot
too much
of time together.
We are one big happy family, and Manny sits at the helm of Tabulation Central.
In Speechville, Manuel is my speech husband.
Ho, 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 ho. My speech husband.
Well, I guess we'll have to share.
Fine. Okay, fine. But I am the first wife.
Guess that makes me the trophy wife.
Truly, without Manuel, many of the kids in Speechville would compete in jeans and tennis shoes. Because someone always leaves his dress clothes at home, and guess who goes out and buys him or her a new shirt, a tie, or a pair of shoes, and some of them must be in here. I read them well.
I wouldn't have someone to help me find cuttings from his wonderful book, A Cut Above, which is available online for purchase.
That's A Cut Above at www.lulu.com.
We wouldn't have a story about the time he came home after a long day in Speechville to find that his dear cat had expired.
And how did he realize, you might ask? Well, there was a Post-it note on the cat that read,
Cat is dead.
True story, and you'll have to ask Manuel about that one. He tells it way better than we do.
I personally and my team would not have stayed in hotels that had cats and dogs running through the hallways, which was condemned less than 1 year later.
And everyone in Canton knows that he always has a clever comment to lighten the mood and to make us laugh, some that we can't say here. Whether he breaks into a chorus of,
something isn't right.
or he gives the T sign and tells us that something is
Trifling.
He's also a connoisseur of pens.
If you need a pen, he's your go-to guy.
Calligraphy pens for fine writing, or game pens like the Operation or Yahtzee pen for entertainment or downtime.
It would be a boring, penless world without him.
As you can see, some of our best memories of speech and debate involve this wonderful man.
I would not be a coach if it weren't for him.
This last year we almost lost Manuel, but like George Bailey, Manny had his own guardian angel.
When his kids came into the room the night that we thought hope was lost, he came back against all odds.
He fought to survive for the kids that he loves, kids that are his life, and for his speech family, even his 2 wives.
We don't want to labor on what could have been. Instead, we want to celebrate his life and how truly wonderful it has been.
Because he has affected so many of us in so many ways that we cannot even begin to imagine.
He teaches more than how to be dramatic or how to pull off the punchline. He teaches us all how to be better people.
How to help others and to do what is right, and when it's right to do what is right.
He demonstrates fairness, compassion, integrity, and honor.
He makes this activity a worthwhile place to spend our Saturdays, every Saturday.
He truly does fill a hole.
The hole that without him,
we would have in our hearts.
Speechville would never be the same without Manuel Halkias.
And more importantly, neither would we. So,
Yeehaw, Manuel Halkias!
You truly are
the richest man in town. Congratulations, Manny.